the two-game set up in Thunder Bay just a week ago. He was 3 for 5 in that ball game. A game the Border Cats would eventually lose to the Express 8-5 in 11 innings. C.J. Eldred will come set for the first time from the stretch. Fastball, grounded foul, just back behind Mundell at the catcher's position. And it's 0-1. Remember when Adam Collins and the Border Cats came to Carson Park for the first time this season? It was the first game that Adam Collins was playing. His dad was in the stands before the game, and I introduced myself, not really knowing who he was. He said, "Oh, I'm Adam Collins, Dad." I said, "Oh, where's he from?" And he said, "Central Michigan." And I said, "Fire up, Chips." One of my alma maters here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, as C.J. Eldred misses outside on the 0-1. 1-1 now the count. Mountain Man getting a big ovation as he comes through the crowd. I don't know if he'll even make his way up here to the press box. Let's see if he does. On his way, they say, as a fastball delivered in from Eldred's going to get away from Mundell. It's a foul ball as Collins just got a piece of that one. And it's 1-2. Well, we don't have a VIP executive entrance into the press box, so a little bit tough there for Mountain Man to get through all the adoring fans as he walks up the stairs. You can hear him, I'm sure, in the crowd, Mike, going crazy for the man from Duck Dynasty. Taking his lead at first base is Sal Termina, who has 3 stolen bases this season. 1-2 is inside. Did that hit Collins? I think it went off maybe the knob of the bat. It'll go down, I think, as a foul ball. And it's 1-2 now to Adam Collins. And I do believe we're about to be joined by Mountain Man up here in the booth. He's a fellow radio man, so I'm sure that he's no stranger to a headset, as he'll come up here and sit in the booth with us. As swinging and missing is Adam Collins. He's down on strikes for the first out of the inning. And with one away and Ty Blankmeyer coming to the plate, we have Mountain Man joining us up in the press box. Thanks so much for coming up, Mountain Man. We appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate y'all letting me up here. This is like being in the deer stand again.
I was actually going to ask you that. This kind of has a little bit of a hunting deer stand feel up here a little bit, huh?
It sure does. It sure does. I don't see no deer, but there he goes, a second.
We have one out grounder over to the left side. Van Gansen's there to put out Ty Blankmeyer for the second out of the inning. Now, I hear, Mountain Man, that you are a pretty big baseball fan. I know you used to live in Minnesota, but now, of course, down in Louisiana, you're more of a Braves fan, I hear.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta Braves, man. I've always rooted for them back when Hank Aaron was even playing.
And you probably got to see the Hank Aaron statue as you were coming in here. Hank Aaron, of course, playing for Eau Claire at one point early on in his career. So this is kind of like bringing it full circle for you up here, I'm sure.
I heard that.
Absolutely.
I know that.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about Duck Dynasty and your role on the show here as well, as C.J. Eldred delivers a ball a little bit low here to Jordan Serena with 2 out and a man on second base now in Sal Termina. And again, Mountain Man from Duck Dynasty joining us. Now, thanks so much for coming out to the park and coming up on the radio with us. I know you're a fellow radio man. You have your own radio show, is that right?
Yeah, they let anybody on that radio. They say I got a face for radio.
Well, I know they let me on the radio as that throw's going to get away from Jack Zellner at first base from Peter Van Gansen, and running down on that ground ball toward home, first to third base, now toward home is Sal Termina, and the Border Cats are going to put up a run here in the top of the third inning and take a 1-0 lead over the Express. In fact, I was watching an episode of Duck Dynasty before I came up to the park, and you were doing a radio show with a couple of the guys from Duck Dynasty with their hands on a chipper, I think, a wood chipper. They were trying to who could keep their hand on there the longest. That must have been fun.
Oh, that was. I knew who was going to win that before it even started. That Cy, he bound determined. He's going to hang in there if he can win something just to aggravate Willie.
Well, I saw that Willie kind of had the strategy of hoping that Cy would he has to go to the bathroom quite a bit, as there's a fastball from Eldred, skips away from Mundell. Getting down to second base will be Jordan Serena. And with 2 out, man on second base now for the Border Cats. But I think his strategy was that Cy goes to the bathroom so often that he was just going to kind of wait him out until that happened. But that was not the case.
No, it just twisted right around on old Willie. He ate them burritos or something or another, and he put too much hot stuff on there. And Lord have mercy. I like to never got the smell out of my house over there. It was terrible. I had to call in a company to get it fumigated.
Oh, my goodness.
It was terrible.
I would think so. Well, see, you don't get the smell-o-vision there on the radio, so I'm sure that the listeners probably couldn't get quite the idea of how bad it was.
No, they blipped out a lot of sound as he was coming up those porch stairs.
There's a high pop-up from Corey Kay into shallow center field. Back on it is Drew Turbin from the second base spot. He'll make the catch, and the Border Cats go down in the inning, but not after scoring a run on an error from Peter Van Ganzen, and they take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the third. You going to hang around with us for another half inning there, Mountain Man?
Yeah, I'll hang around here a little bit.
Sounds
see
like
what's going on.
Sounds like a plan. Well, we will be back after this with Mountain Man in the bottom of the third inning with the Express trailing by 1 on your home for Express Baseball, Mix 98.1. Nothing lead for the Border Cats over the Express, and it'll be Daniel Salters, Tyler Herman, and Lane Milligan coming to the plate to face Zach Spear here in the third inning. As we're joined by Mountain Man from Duck Dynasty, the featured guest tonight on Duck Dynasty Night, with Daniel Salters coming to the plate. Now, I saw you down with some of the players before the game. They seemed to really enjoy you, and it seemed like they were just kind of geeking out, I guess, as much as some of the fans as well. They wanted autographs and all that. They're big Duck Dynasty fans, I hear.
Oh, yeah, great bunch of guys down there. Real nice young boys.
Yeah, they certainly are. There's a swing and a miss by Daniel Salters. Now, I hear, Mountain Man, that you are writing a book here soon, or you'll be at least trying to put out a book here shortly. Can you tell us anything about that, what's going to be in it, and when we might expect that one?
Oh, yeah, it's just about ready. I do want to think it's coming out next month now. I was thinking November, but it looks like August.
Okay.
It's called Keeping a Slow Profile.
Very nice.
Slowing down in life. It's got some pretty funny stories in there and a few Bible verses in there as well.
Nice. Absolutely. That's a great, I guess, a great lesson to do. Slow down and just kind of take things as they come. As Salters takes the ball low, and it's 1-2 to Daniel Salters here in the bottom of the third inning. A great kind of lesson there. Now you're somebody who kind of takes it easy. You just kind of roll with the punches, kind of let things go. That kind of seems to be your MO out there, I suppose.
Yeah, I ain't got much of a choice. I was born like this, so I talk slow, eat slow, walk slow, run slow. Except when something's chasing me, I can move out pretty good. And I've been chased by bucks, deers, and wild hogs before.
Sure.
Not very fun.
Is that now? What would you say the biggest animal, at least maybe when you've been hunting or out, that you've been chased by was? Would you say?
It had to be a big old buck. The way he was. Or it could have been a bear. We got bear up there in them parts of the woods. Whatever it was big, because I could tell by the sticks he was crunching up coming for me. It was dark.
There's a high drive towards center field off the bat of Daniel Salters. Over to get it in center field will be Corey Kay for the first out of the inning. Now Tyler Herman coming to the plate for the Express to face Zach Spear, with the Border Cats leading 1-0 here over the Express. Now I hear that you used to live in Minnesota for a little bit of time, so you kind of you're familiar with this area of the nation and the Midwest, and kind of nice maybe to get back up to this northern area. It's nice and cool up here during the summer, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I always liked that. It's nice and cool. Yeah, I lived in Halleck, Minnesota. That's up in the northwest corner of the state, about 12 miles from the Canadian border. I remember it got down to 50 below zero and had a blizzard one day, and they called off school. That was the only day they called school off.
Is that the day that you decided I got to move back down south then?
You know, we did. I mean, it wasn't long after that we moved, and it was on a Christmas vacation, and I remember leaving the house, and you could not see the house except for the door that was shoveled out.
Oh, my goodness.
We got out, that was it. I mean, it blizzard, blew a drift up to where you couldn't see the house.
Oh, yeah.
You just couldn't see the house. It didn't. Not from that side, anyway.
Sounds like a Minnesota, Wisconsin northern winter to me. There's a little pop up there to second base off the bat of Tyler Herman, and the Express have 2 outs now in the bottom of the third with Lane Milligan coming to the plate and nobody on. And the Border Cats leading by 1, joined by Mountain Man of Duck Dynasty. Now, you moved back down to Louisiana, and, you know, the only time I've been to Louisiana was, I think, in the month of November. So it was actually pretty nice. It was maybe in the 70s, 80s. I was down in New Orleans, and but you guys get some pretty muggy and some pretty warm summers down there as well, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, it gets very hot. So far, we haven't had any triple-digit temperatures, which we've been blessed, you know, but the humidity is just terrible down there. You know, you think it'd cool off at night, but it seems like it gets hotter because the wind stops and the humidity comes in, and you can just walk out on your back deck and just start sweating. I guess that's a good way to lose weight.
That's not a bad idea. I think that's how a lot of people lose weight up here. Just go in the sauna. It's basically your outdoor sauna. You got it right there, ready to go.
I tell you what, it'll draw all the water out of your body. You better drink some more water to put in there, though.
So drinking water, one way to combat. Do you have any other strategies for us? Maybe when we get a couple muggy days up here in Wisconsin, since you know, of course, are in the mugginess all the time. Any strategies to combat that mugginess, that warm feeling down there?
Lots of ice.
There you go.
Lots of ice. Get a cold cloth and put it in a cooler, a wet one, and wrap it around your neck bones.
Sounds like a plan. There's a grounder from Lane Milligan over to second base. Jordan Serena is there. Throw on to first, and the Express go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the third inning. Well, I hear you're going to go do some PA duties there, Mountain Man, so we'll be listening for that. And thanks so much for coming on. This was a lot of fun.
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me out, and God bless y'all. Thank you a lot.
Absolutely. Mountain Man from Duck Dynasty, thanks so much. Top of the fourth when we come back with the Border Cats leading by 1 over the Express on your home for Express Baseball Mix 98.1.